also got a perfect score. Si Cruz, no? Si Cruz. Ano bang pangalan nito? Aldrix. Okay, perfect score din. Tanungin ko kayo, pag binalikan nyo ba yung quiz nyo, makikita nyo yung mga tanong? Hindi na. Makikita nyo ba ulit?
Hindi na po ata, sir.
Hindi na.
Hindi na
Okay,
po.
sige. I'll provide the ganun na lang, the list of the students who got a perfect score na lang, no? I-announce ko na lang via sa canvas natin, no? For konting recognition lang, okay? Now, ngayon, magdi-discuss tayo. We'll proceed sa accounting cycle na. Okay, accounting cycle tayo. Okay? So, isip to. Now, sa Thursday, wala tayong meeting, but you will have your first graded quiz, no? Kung ano ang ganun natin dito ngayon, matatapos natin, yun ang magiging quiz nyo. Okay? That would be on Thursday, no? Hindi siya pwede sa Canvas, no? You will submit it to me personally via the email, Outlook, kasi Excel file nyo sa ilalagay. More or entries pa lang naman. Okay? Okay, so start na tayo, no? Do you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes
Okay,
po,
so
sir.
start na tayo. Start na muna tayo, no? So, sa Thursday wala tayo but you will have your first graded quiz, no? Konti lang, just a uh, review, no, or assessment sa part ko kung naintindihan niyo yung lessons natin today. Okay, so ang objective natin ngayon is to provide the steps in processing transactions and the role of source documents. Also, although we have already discussed this, no, as part of the accounting cycle, no, we have to go back, no, to the basics of the business transactions and source documents. Okay? So, natapos na tayo dito. Tama ba? So, what we need to have before we can actually proceed with the accounting cycle is to have a business financial transaction, tama? Or business transaction as well as its corresponding source documents, no? Kasi wala tayong i-record kung wala itong mga dalawang bagay nito. There should be a business financial transaction, of course. Uh, each business transaction should have a corresponding source document. That would support, no. These source documents would be the support, no, for each business transaction. Okay, we have to analyze it before we can actually record it in the relevant journal. Okay. So, next tayo. See, these are some of the examples, no, of source documents. Okay. Describe an account and its use in recording transactions. Okay. Actually, we have uh, already discussed this. Tama ba? Example of assets. Tama. Liabilities and equity. Okay. Did you receive the ganun naman, the files, yung in-upload ko last time, yung PowerPoint?
Yes
Yes
po,
po,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So here is the expanded accounting equation. Okay? So ngayon, mag-start na tayo sa analyzation, no? Although na-take up nyo na to nung ABM nyo, mas mainam na isa-isahin natin yung mga possible transactions for us to fully understand this expanded accounting equation. Okay, so describe a ledger. Okay, a ledger, sabi dito, is a collection of all accounts and their balances for an accounting system. Company size, so pagdating sa ledger, it may either be general ledger, tama ba? In a more detailed ledger, yung tinatawag nating subsidiary ledger, no? A chart of accounts is defined as the list of all accounts, no? And it includes an identifying number for each account. Okay, it's, depende na sa policy ng company kung anong ilalagay nilang code or identifying number for each account. Okay? So kung halimbawa, meron tayong account na cash and cash equivalent, so depende na sa company kung anong identifying number ang ilalagay nila for such that every time na gagamitin yung account na yun, meron siyang specific identity. Okay? In terms of a number or a code. Katulad niyan, cash. Tama dito, sa cash, ang code niya is 101. Tama ba? Do you see? Do you see the presentation? Tama? For,
Yes po.
for accounts payable, malinaw naman yung audio ko, no? 201 tayo, tama? So, depende na talaga sa company kung anong code or identifying number ang ilalagay nila. For revenues, we have here 406, no? Kung mapapansin nyo, no, yung code ng company, increasing siya, no? So from assets, ang code niya is 101, no? Pag liabilities, nagsisimula sa 2. And for equity items or equity accounts, depende kung anong nature, no, ng account. Kung capital daw, 3, revenues or other income, 4, and for expenses, we have 6, no? The accounts start with the code of 6. Okay. We've already discussed the rules of debits and credits, no? So importante to, no? Kasi dadalhin nyo to, no, hanggang sa pag take nyo ng CPE board exam, no? Always to, okay? Although bihira lang, no? Pagdating sa debit and credit, no? Bibihira lang nagtatanong ng entry, no? But you have to siyempre, no? Always remember, no? The rules of these debits and credits, okay? Kasi board exam kasi more on figure siya, computation, no? Computation ang hinahanap. Pwede rin magtanong, magkano i-debit mo na amount, magkano i-credit mo na amount. Okay? So, at least, no, hindi na natin i-discuss ulit to, no? You have just to retain sa part nyo kung ano tong important rules na to pagdating sa debits and credits. So, for assets, we have a normal side of debit, tama? For liabilities, normal niya is credit as well as for equity. Okay? Tama? Tama ba? Next would be yan. Okay? So, mas in-expand natin. So, you could see the other accounts, no? Na involved dito sa each sa general elements ng accounting equation natin. For assets, liabilities, and equity. Okay? Punta tayo sa double accounting. in account balance is the difference between the increases and decreases in an account. Tama? Okay. Okay, pag malaki ang debit sa credit, anong tawag natin? Anong tawag natin last time?
Debit account po.
Ah? Anong tawag natin last time kapag mas malaki ang debit sa credit?
Net income.
No,
Debit
not net income.
Debit
Joke lang.
account po.
Debit.
Okay, debit balance. Tama. Net income. Pag mas malaki ang credit sa debit, credit balance. Tama. At pag equal yung dalawa, we have zero balance. Okay? You get it? Example for cash dito, no? Notice na ang account balance ng cash natin or ending balance niya is 48. So pag sinabi mo yan in a statement, in an accounting statement, the cash has a debit balance of 48 as of this date. Ganun lang ha. Mas malaki ang credit sa debit, so ang debit balance niya is 48. Okay? This is a general, this is the T account na sinasabi. Yan, for cash, no? You can see the increases and the decreases for each specific account. Okay? Dito sa debit and credit, sa T account natin na sinasabi natin. For each account, dito mo makikita kung ano yung mga transactions, no, na nag-increase sa account na to, o ito yung mga transactions that nag-decrease, no, o nagpa-decrease sa account na yun. Okay? Debit balance, credit balance, pag equal yung dalawa, we have zero balance. Okay, so another objective natin for today is we're going to record transactions in a journal and post entries to a ledger. Okay, so nakakalungkot din, no, kasi may mga mababang score last time, no. Merong parang below 75, no. Kasi yung exam nyo, yung graded activity na yun is kumbaga bonus yun eh. Kasi madali lang talaga, no. Ang category niya is nasa easy. Yung difficulty niya is easy lang. Nasa level lang ng easy, okay? And I hope na sa part nyo, no, dun sa mga did you receive your score? Nakita niyo yung ilan kayo? Can someone?
Yeah.
Yes, po, sir.
Yes,
O,
sir.
diba?
Yes,
Diba?
sir.
Pero although marami ding nakakuha ng mataas, the average grade is nasa 88%. No? So, medyo mabibilang mo yung mga mababa yung score. Okay? So, alam niyo yung gagawin niyo ha? Kung may mga ganitong situation na medyo mababa yung score nyo, you have to adjust. Okay? Mag-adjust kayo. Okay? Balikan nyo yung mga mali nyo, kung saan kayo nagkamali. So, makapag-adjust kayo at anong gagawin nyo sa susunod na exams natin. Okay? Quizzes or graded activities natin. So before we can actually proceed sa journalizing and posting of the transactions, there are steps to be followed. No? So the first step is to, yes, of course, we have to identify the business transaction and its corresponding source documents. No? So, malalaman mo dito kung ito ba ay makaka-affect sa libro or hindi. No? And that would take place pag dating mo dito sa step 2. Okay? You have to analyze, no? If that transaction or if that source document affect our general accounting equation. Okay? Kasi kung hindi, magme-memo entry lang tayo. Okay? What does memo entry mean, no? Ang memo entry does not require a formal entry Walang debit, wala tayong i-debit, wala tayong i-credit. What what do we do dito sa sa memo entry na to, no? So ang gagawin lang dito is to provide a disclosure, no, sa libro natin that this non-financial transaction or this business transaction do not or does not require a formal entry in our books of accounts, no? So ilalagay mo lang dun, magno-note ka na lang na for example on September 1, 2020, the company, no, made an agreement with the bank. Okay, parang ganun, no? That on September 7, 2020, the bank will grant a loan, no, to the company at an amount of 1 million pesos, no? So, although that's a business transaction, no, meron ka bang entry dun sa date na yun when the company had formally made or signed a contract with the bank na sa September 7, pahihiramin siya or the bank will grant a loan to the company at an amount of 1 million pesos? Meron ba tayong formal entry? Or meron ba tayong journal entry sa books of accounts natin on September 1? Wala, tama ba? Kasi ang situation natin on September 1, it's more of a economic event lang that does not require a formal journal entry in the books of accounts, no? It's more of a memo entry lang. I-disclose mo lang din sa books of accounts mo or sa libro mo na on this date or on September 1, may agreement si bank at saka si company. Okay? Kailan actually makaka-affect yung agreement na yun sa books of accounts? I mean, kailan ka magpro-provide talaga ng journal entry or formal entry pertaining to the transactions? Sa September 7 pa. Okay? Wherein, pag grinant sa'yo ng bank yung loan or yung cash na 1 million pesos, pag binigay sa'yo ng bank yun, makaka-affect na sa accounting equation natin yun. Of course, kasi nga, naka-receive ka ng cash. Okay? 1 million pesos. Tama ba? And of course, no? Naka-receive ka ng cash, utang mo yun sa bangko, meron kang loan payable credit 1 million pesos. So that's the difference between a formal entry or a memo entry, no? Pag memo entry, no, you provide lang the pertinent information related to that transaction, no? No formal entry will be provided in the books of accounts, no? I-provide mo lang kung ano yung mga important details, no? Or information na nag-transpire dun sa specific transaction na yun. Did you get it? Nagigets nyo ba? Okay. Okay, tama ba? And if a specific transaction does not affect our general accounting equation, ang rule natin is memo entry lang. Memo, okay? Memo entry. It's more of providing a statement in the books of account. Okay, or in the book of accounts, okay? So, next tayo. Okay, if that transaction, no, requires a formal journal entry, we have to record that in through a journal entry, no? Record journal entry as our step 3 in journalizing and posting transactions, no? So after actually we have 4 journals, no? We have cash disbursement journal, tama ba? We have check disbursement journal, tama? Pag cash disbursement journal, every time na meron kang meron kang nilabas na cash, dun mo i-record, no? Specific journal kung saan mo i-record, no? Yung transaction na yun. From the word cash disbursement journal. Do you get it? Do you get it? Disbursement is an outflow. Tama ba? Naglabas ka ng pera. Tama? Tama ba? Receipt is an inflow. May pumasok sa yung pera. So, saan mo i-record pag naka-receive ka ng pera? Cash receipts journal. Receipt means you receive something. Tama ba? Okay. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na check disbursement journal. Although ito, same lang ng nature ng cash disbursement journal. Okay? Sa check disbursement journal naman, every time na gagawa ka ng cheque in payment of a something, halimbawa, nag-order ka ng face mask, no? For the employees use, tama ba? So come the due date, gagawa ka ng cheque, okay? Siyempre, yung cheque mo na yun, ipapangalan mo sa payee, tama ba? O yung supplier mo, okay? Pag ginawa mo yung cheque na yun, is that considered a source document? Yes, no? Pag gawa mo ng cheque, ang entry mo sa libro mo is as if bawas na yung cash mo sa bangko, tama? Tama ba? May cash ka sa bangko, tama? May cash ka sa bangko, babayaran mo yung supplier mo, hindi mo siya babayaran in cash, okay? Babayaran mo siya through check. So you will make a check, no, in payment of the face mask na in-order mo, okay? So every time na gumagawa ka ng cheque, no, pag ni-record mo yun sa libro mo, papasok yun sa check disbursement journal. Ang interpretation kasi natin is, no, ang cash disbursement journal is something na meron kang cash on hand, meron kang cash, yung company talaga is may cash on hand, no? So every time na magbabayad yung company in payment of something at doon niya kinuha sa cash on hand niya, I mean literal na cash on hand, merong revolving cash ang company, sabihin mo na lang for operational expenses use, no? For payment of operational expenses. So every time na magbabayad ka using your cash on hand, doon mo i-record sa cash disbursement journal. Ang check disbursement journal is ang mode of payment mo is through check. Okay? Pag in-encash yun ng supplier, kasi tama ba, pupunta yung supplier sa bangko mo, i-encash niya yun, mababawasan na yun yung cash mo sa bank, tama? Do you get it? So, ang recording ng transaction natin dun, every time the company, no, makes check in payable of something, na whether it be it kung ano man payable na yan, at ginamitan ng cheque, i-record mo siya sa cash or check disbursement journal. Every time na magre-receive ka, meron ka na-receive na cash receipts journal. Okay? And of course, the last no, general journal, no. Ito yung mga transactions na kung saan mo i-record yung mga transactions na hindi natin maka-classify sa cash disbursement journal, check disbursement journal, and cash receipts journal. Okay? Do you get it? Do you get it? Okay, sige. And of course, after recording it in the journal entry, kung saan sila or kung saan mo i-record na journal entry, anong classification ng journal entry, we have to post it to the ledger. Okay? Pagdating sa dual ledger, syempre, unahin muna natin yung subsidiary ledger, no? And of course, no, to reconcile the balance, no, of the subsidiary ledger, ipopost natin at the same time yung total nito sa general ledger. For each account, the subsidiary ledger and the general ledger, these two ledgers must be in balance, no? Or they must be reconciled. Okay? For each account yan na hindi pwedeng may balance or hindi pwedeng may difference, no? Always yan for every business transaction that requires a formal journal entry, ang general accounting equation natin should be always balanced. Okay, so journalizing transactions, yan, no? We have here, okay, this is just an example, example lang to. We have the date, tama, kung kailan nag-transpire, okay, nag-transpire yung transaction. This is a 5-column, no, 5-column journal, no. So you have to actually provide the account titles and explanation, no. So doon sa pagdating sa explanation, nakikita niyo ba yung cursor ko, yung cursor na gumagalaw?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Para lang ma-follow natin, no. May tingnan ko ilang participants kayo ngayon. 36, no? So almost complete tayo. You are 40, no? Overall, yan, 37 na tayo. 36 at 40 kayo sa klase. Okay? So, this almost complete. Baka yung iba, MOL sila, no? MOL. Ewan ko kung ano yung mga mode of learning.
Sir,
Oh,
kasi po. Sir, si Zabala po, nag-brown out po sa kanila. Kaya hindi po siya maka-attend ngayon.
okay lang. Naka-record naman to tama ba?
Apa.
So, balikan niya na lang, no? Mag-review pa rin naman to, no? Mag-review pa rin naman to after ng discussion natin. Andun lang naman sa chat box natin, okay? Or kung saan nyo man Okay, sige. So, actually dito, no, meron tayong explanation, no? For every journal entry, no, we have to provide the account titles and of course, no, kung ano yung explanation for that transaction or for that account titles na provide mo or debit credit, no? You must explain the transaction, no? Okay, kung ano yung source niyan, no? Hindi basta-basta pwedeng mag-provide ka ng entry without a valid basis, okay? And of course, no, we have to know kung ano yung amount na i-debit natin and amount na i-credit natin, no? Okay? Pasensya na ang denomination na gagamitin natin dito sa presentation natin is dollars, no? Kasi itong materials na to, ito yung actually na pinapagamit ng FEU sa akin, okay? So, I must need to use it, no? Okay? I need to use it, okay? So, baka din sa quiz nyo, dollars din ang gagamitin natin, ha? Okay? Wala nang translation na mangyayari, ha? Ang i-assume na lang natin na ang measurement basis natin for the meantime is US dollars na lang, okay? So T accounts, no, are useful illustrations, but balance column ledger accounts are used in practice. No? So is dito, no, this is the general ledger for cash, no. So makikita mo itsura ng ledger. Okay, so yan yung sinasabi natin kaninang identifying number, tama ba? For cash account, meron siyang identifying number na 101. Okay, so naka-provide dyan kung ano yung mga transactions that affect the cash account. Okay, so ganyan lang, no? Ganyan lang. So each time na may transaction, you need to get the balance, no? So as of December 3, malamang meron tayong disbursements nung December 2 na 2.5. Meron din tayong December 3, 26,000 na disbursements. So meron tayong balance na lang, no, na 1.5 as of December 3, no? May beginning balance tayo na 30,000, tama? Okay, so nung December 10, nadagdagan ng 4.2, kaya pag inad mo yung 1.5 sa 4.2, meron siyang 5.7 na balance as of December 10. Tama ba? Tama? Na gano'n naman to? Na naintindihan?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
So posting to journal entries no, with the sample journal here, no? So ito yung kanina na nakita nyo, and pagtapos ng journalizing, nag-post tayo sa Ledger. Tama ba? Okay, yan, no? Ang account na ginamit natin dito are cash and capital kasi nga nag-invest yung owner. Tama ba? So since dalawang accounts ang involved dito, and sabi natin for each account there must have a separate general ledger, no? So may gagawa tayo ng general ledger for cash and gagawa tayo ng general ledger for the capital amount or the capital account of C. Taylor. Who is the owner of the business. Okay? So far, meron bang ganon? Meron ba tayong problema? May questions? Meron? Wala. Okay. So balik tayo rito, no? Identify. So ito na yung diniscuss natin previously, no? Yan, okay. So mag-analyze tayo ngayon, no? Entries na tayo, no? Entries na tayo, no? So the first business transaction natin is the name of the business is Fast Forward, no? Fast Forward, no? Fast Forward. The owner is Chas Taylor, tama? Anong tawag natin sa principle na yun? That there's a specific identity between the owner and the business itself. It's the
Economic entity po.
yon or business entity transaction. Okay? Or sorry, principle. Tama ba? So, Fast Forward receives $30,000 no, cash from Chas Taylor as an owner contribution. So, anong entry natin doon? Naka-receive daw, we are providing entry on behalf of the business. Tama ba? Tayong nagsiserve as accountant for Fast Forward Corporation or company. Tama? So, first, we have to identify if that transaction requires a formal journal entry, no? By how? Analyzing, no? I-analyze mo kung may effect ba yan sa accounting equation natin. Okay, kung meron, yes, you have to provide or record the transaction in its respective journal. Tama ba? So for this, naka-receive ka ng cash, maapektuhan talaga ang ganun natin, no? Ang what do you call this? The accounting equation natin. General accounting equation natin. Okay? So, anong entry natin? As a general rule, no? Ang entry natin, let's take note for those STEM students, no? STEM, yung mga STEM natin, no? Kasi majority dito ABM tama? Ang entry natin, pag nag-invest ang owner sa business niya, in the form of cash muna, debit, cash, credit, owner's capital. Do you get it? Bakit nag-debit ka ng cash? Naka-receive ka ng cash tama? Sir, paano kung cash ang hindi paano kung hindi cash ang kinontribute niya? Paano kung machinery or PPE or land or building? Anong entry natin? Non-cash assets. So yung tinatawag natin as their initial contributions, the owner contributed a non-cash asset of in the form of machinery and equipment amounting to 1 million. Anong entry? Ganun din, papalitan mo lang yung cash, no? Debit ka ng machinery and equipment, Pag nag-increase ang asset mo, ide-debit mo. Tama ba? Based on our rules of debits and credits. No? Anong effect? Pag nag-increase ang asset, mag-increase din ang equity. Tama ba? Because these two elements have a direct relationship. Tama ba? What specific equity element ang i-credit mo? Since investment yun, capital tayo. Okay? Or owner's capital. So that's the general entry pag nag-invest tayo. Be it cash or non-cash, i-identify mo lang yung asset na kinontribute, yun yung i-debit mo kasi nag-increase yung asset. At ang corresponding credit natin would be the owner's capital account. Okay? Owner's capital account. Tama ba? Meron ba tayong dahan-dahanin natin to kasi some of you are STEM students before, no? So hindi lahat to maintindihan. For those natapos na rito, please bear with your classmates, no? Magtiis lang, no? Magpasensya muna dun sa mga iba. Okay? Okay, so meron ba tayong problema sa number 1 entry natin? Investment. Meron ba tayong problema? But may I ask you, what are the 3 forms of business organization? Can I ask you? What are the 3 forms of business organization? Yes, James Ezra.
Sir, sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation.
Okay, so for now, ang pinag-aaralan natin is sole proprietorship. Tama ba? Saka tayo pupunta sa partnership and corporation. Can you distinguish the 3 business forms of organization? Yes, sige. Natalie, can you open your cam?
Sir, na-click lang po. I'm sorry.
Ganon? Ano ba yun? Sige. Sige na lang. Can you distinguish the differences among these 3 business forms? Among these forms of organization or the 3 forms of organizations? Yes, sige. May we call on Patricia Naomi Sutingko. Open your cam and provide us the differences among these 3 forms of organization.
Sir, yung sole proprietorship po, one business owner lang po. Tapos yung partnership po is 2 or more owners po ng business. Tapos yung company po, 5 or more. And pwede magpasok ng mga investors po.
No, actually, stay put ka dyan. Actually, based sa newly enacted na law on private corporations natin, no, pwede kang mag-establish na ng corporation kahit nag-iisa ka. Okay? Kahit nag-iisa kang incorporator. No. That's for information. But you have to know as early as now kasi ito-take up nyo yan sa pag sigurado ito-take up nyo yan sa business or law on private corporations. No? Meron kasing law tayo on partnerships, meron din tayong law on private corporations. No? So based dun sa sinabi ni ma'am, generally, ang sole proprietorship natin only, usually one owner siya, no? Okay? Partnerships, 2 or more natural persons. Based on definition, it should be natural, no? A corporation cannot be a partner, okay, or cannot enter into a partnership. Do you understand? Based on definition of partnership, it should be 2 or more natural persons. Ang definition kasi is 2 or more persons bind themselves, tama, to contribute money, property, or industry for a common fund. Yun ang definition ng partnership. Okay? With the intention of dividing profit between or among themselves. Yun ang definition niya. Okay? Please take note lang kasi meron kayong separate na accounting for partnership and meron din kayong separate na accounting dito sa mas malala, accounting on corporations. More on the issuance of shares, retirement, ganyan lang. Distribution of dividends, retained earnings, yan. Pag-aaralan nyo lahat yan. For now, ang majority ng discussions natin would be only for sole proprietorships. No? Mag-start muna tayo sa mga basic business transactions natin, no? For us to formally provide the journal entries. Okay ba? Do you have any questions? But konting correction lang dun sa sinabi ni Patricia na 5 or more persons, that is obsolete na based from the newly enacted na law on private corporations natin. Okay? You can establish your own corporation kahit nag-iisa ka. Okay? Ang tawag natin kasi sa mga original owners or pag nag-establish ka ng corporation are incorporators. Okay? Incorporator kasi ang tawag natin doon. Okay? Sila yung parang nag-build up, no, ng corporation. Kung sa sole proprietorship, ang tawag natin is sole proprietor. Sa partnership are partners. Sa corporation naman are incorporators. Okay? Tama? This is just an additional information sa inyo, no? But more sa discussion natin, it would be more on the accounting of for sole proprietorships, no? O yung mga single entrepreneurs natin, okay? So next tayo, no? Okay, ang next na transaction natin is paano pag nag-purchase ka ng supplies? I-incorporate na rin natin yung ibang ganun, ibang procurement. Nag-purchase ka ng supplies, nag-purchase ka ng inventory, anong entry? Okay. Basically, pag sinabi natin supplies, it covers everything, no? Mag-purchase ka ng mga, what are the usual examples of supplies, no? Ball pen, ayan, mga bond paper, basta yung mga ginagamit mo on a regular basis sa company, okay? Yung mga consumables, no, nauubos. So anong entry natin? If you had purchase supplies for cash, anong entry natin? Debit? Nadagdagan ba ang supplies mo? Is supply an asset?
Yes po.
Or supplies? Our supplies can be are classified as assets? Yes, no? So, entry natin, nadagdagan ng asset mo, debit supplies. Tama? Yan, no? Sa record natin. And binayaran mo in cash. Tama ba? Nabawasan daw ang cash mo. Diba? Every time na magbabawas ka ng asset, i-credit mo siya. Tama? Anong nabawasan sa yung asset? Cash. Tama? I-credit mo ang cash. Okay? Sir, akala ko ba, every time na mag-i-increase ang asset, mag-i-increase din ang equity. This is one of the exemptions. Okay? Bumili ka ng supplies, one of the exemptions. No? Walang epekto sa equity. Okay? Kasi may nag-increase ang asset mo na isa, nag-decrease ang asset mo isa. So overall, zero effect siya sa equity natin. Another example is collection of receivables, no? But we have to take that up maya-maya, okay? Or in our future discussions, okay? Paano naman ito, sir? Okay. What if pinurchase mo tong supplies nito in the form of not in cash, in the form of notes? Anong entry natin? I mean, utang. Utang lang. would be our entry? Inutang mo. Hindi mo pa siya binayaran. Anong entry kaya? Yes, Dayan Degala. Can you actually provide the entry? Open your comma.
Sir, notes payable po ba?
Ano yung complete entry natin?
Notes payable po.
No, provide us the complete entry. What to debit, what to credit.
Notes payable po,
Ano muna yung debit natin?
yung binili po, yung
Okay,
binili.
tama.
Tapos,
Oh,
i-credit po yung notes payable.
Okay, tama. Okay? Okay, tama naman si sister. Okay? Pag sinabing purchase supplies on account, what is your entry? Yung pinag-aralan nyo sa ABC during your ABM years. Purchase supplies on account. On account means utang. What is our entry? Sige nga, Cruz. Mr. Aldrich Cruz. What's our entry if that supplies or if those supplies were purchased on account?
Yung ano po, sir? Okay. Supplies po, debit side.
Okay.
Tapos notes payable po, credit side po.
No, kasi kanina on note in the form of note Pag sinabing on account lang,
Accounts payable, sir.
yun. Okay, tama. Okay, tama. So pag ganun ang transaction, napaka-general siya, no? You don't know what to debit or what to actually credit, what specific of payable account to credit. Ang gagamitin natin is accounts payable. Okay? Accounts payable kasi ginagamit siya pag ang binili mo, ang item na binili mo is ginagamit mo sa operation mo. Okay? For example, ang ginagamit mong isa sa mga raw materials na ginagamit mo sa pag-produce ng face mask is ano ba to? Ano bang pwede? Paper na lang, no? Paper. Usually yung papel, no? Baka may component yung face mask na ginagamitan ng papel. Pag sinabing on account, purchase that paper on account, ang i-credit natin is accounts payable, ha? Unless magbigay ang transaction ng specific na payable account, yun ang gagamitin natin, ha? But generally, if the transaction did not specify kung anong payable account ang gagamitin natin, as a general rule, we use the accounts payable as our credit side, no? As our account to credit in our journal entry. Do you get it? Naintindihan? Yung sinabi ko? Naintindihan ba?
Yes po.
Yes,
sir.
Sige, so alam niyo na ang entry pag binayaran natin in cash and pag binayaran natin or pag inutang natin, ha? Next tayo. Okay, so okay, balik tayo rito. Assuming yung sinabi ni Cruz kanina, tama ba? We have purchased this on account, tama? Ang entry natin was debit, cash, credit, accounts payable, tama ba? Anong entry naman pag binayaran natin yun? What's our entry if the company will pay yung accounts payable na yun? Ang entry natin is debit. Siyempre, mababawasan liability mo, tama? Anong entry na anong rules natin sa debits or credits? Every time na mababawasan ang liability mo, mag-debit mo, tama ba? So, debit accounts payable tayo, tama? Nagbayad ka, mababawasan ng cash mo, tama ba? So, credit cash. Okay? So, pag binayaran mo yung utang mo, assuming yung sinabi ni Aldrich Cruz kanina, debit supplies, credit, accounts payable. Pag binayaran mo ni accounts payable mo, come the due date, ang entry natin would be debit accounts payable, diba? Based from our rules on debits and credits. Tama? And credit cash kasi nabawasan yung cash mo. Okay? You get it? May problem ba? Meron bang problem? But you have to actually provide as many as you can kung ano yung mga asset accounts, liability, and equity accounts, no? Before you can actually proceed sa rules on debits and credits natin, no? As many as you can, no? Okay? Dapat alam nyo kung ano yung certain types of assets na yan, liabilities and equity. Yan. Okay. What are we going to, what's the entry? Kung nag-purchase naman tayo ng equipment on cash, okay? Or for cash. Anong entry natin? So that would be, sabi na dito, no? Debit equipment, tama ba? Credit, cash. Magkano? 26,000. Okay, no. Tignan nyo Ang unang transaction natin, no, that has a does affect cash is yung investment na 30,000, tama? Tama? Sa second transaction natin, bumili tayong supplies na 2,500. Kaya yung 2,500 na yan, based sa general ledger natin, or sa T account natin, is nilagay natin dito, no? So as of this date, magkano na lang yung cash natin pag sinabi natin o pag tinanong ko sa inyo? Ang sagot nyo dapat, it has a debit balance of 27,500. Tama ba? Kasi meron siyang debit na 30 and nabawasan siya ng 2,500. Tama? So pag as of this transaction, pag kinuha mo yung total niyang T account natin, kukunin mo yung total debit, kukunin mo yung total credit, kunin mo yung difference, meron siyang debit balance na 27,500. Do you get it? Third transaction natin, bumili tayong equipment for cash. Nabawasan na naman ng 26,500. So as of this transaction, ang balance ng cash natin is magkano? 1,500 na lang. Tama? 30,000 less 2,500 less 26,500. So after posting this transaction sa T account natin, meron tayong debit balance ng cash na magkano? 1,500. Tama? Pag kinuha mo yung difference ng cash, debits, and credits. So that would actually give you 1,500 debit balance. Nagets? Meron bang tanong? Nagets naman?
Yes po, sir.
Sige.
Yes, sir.
Ayan, yung sinasabi natin kanina. Purchase supplies on credit. Sorry. Ano ba yun? Ayan. Purchase supplies on credit. Yan yung sinabi ko kanina kay Cruz. On account, on credit are one in the same, no? Similar lang yung magiging analysis natin dyan. We use the accounts payable as our credit, no? When providing the journal entry. So, bumili ka daw ng supplies on credit, no? Do you get it? So, sa unang supplies natin, bumili tayong 2,500. Kaya nakikita nyo rito na nag-debit na tayo ng 2,500 na supplies. Tama? Sa pangalawang transaction natin, although we have purchased additional supplies amounting to 7,500, ito naman on credit siya. Tama? Na 7,100. Kaya pagdating sa T account ng accounts payable, meron ka ng balance ng accounts payable, unpaid kasi payable pa yan na 7,100. So, let's scrutinize this transaction, no? Why is this entry, no? Ba't ganito ang entry niya? Supplies is an asset, tama ba? Tama? Tama? Supplies, so, nag-increase ang supplies mo, bumili ka, 7,100. Nag-acquire ka ng supplies, 7,100. Although on account siya, on credit, utang, no? Di ba pag nag-increase ang utang natin based on our rules and debits and credits, pag nag-increase ang utang mo, i-credit mo yun, tama ba? Pag nag-decrease ang utang mo, i-debit mo. Since dito, on credit siya, nag-increase siya, magki-credit tayo ng accounts payable na 7-1 day. So, ang sinabi ko on account or on credit, pag hindi in-specify yung payable account na gagamitin, we use the accounts payable. Do you get it? Okay. Meron bang tanong? Actually, 2 hours lang tayo ngayon, tama ba? Next. Yan. Okay. Okay. Punta naman tayo dun sa transaction that affects the element of equity, okay, or the equity element. So, anong entry natin? Sabi dito, provides consulting services and immediately collects for 2 cash. Nag-render daw ng service si Fast Forward. Tama ba? Gigets nyo ba yung discussion natin, yung flow ng discussion natin?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Opo.
Iniisa-isa natin yung mga basics muna, no? Para hindi kayo malito pagdating natin dun sa mga comprehensive transactions natin, no? For now, balikan muna natin yung mga easy, no, or yung mga basics ng mga transaction, okay? Saka tayo proceed dun sa mga transactions na medyo requires a deeper analysis, okay? Or require a deeper analysis. So pag nag-render ka ng service, yung sinasabi natin previously, no? Okay, at binayaran ka, nagbayad sa'yo. Actually, when you render a service, no, that would pwede nating matawag yun na revenue, tama ba? Or income para sa'yo. Di ba merong lumabas sa quiz nyo na as a general rule, no? Sa principles natin, no? We use the accrual basis of accounting, tama ba? Do you still remember that principle, no? Regardless kung kailan mo makokolect yung cash, as long as you have already delivered or have rendered the service, meron ka ng right, no, to recognize the earned revenue or earned income sa libro mo, tama ba? Pero in our case kasi, this is an example of rendering a service on a cash basis, tama ba? Nasasabi dito, the company immediately collected the cash, tama? Amounting to 4.2. So since naka-receive ko ng cash, tama? Nag-increase ang asset mo. And of course, no? Anong corresponding credit mo, tama? Sir, owner capital ba? Hindi, tama? Gagamitin lang natin ang owner capital. There are two general, no? Or three general items, no? Or transactions that affect, no, the owner's capital. Una, pag nag-invest ka. Okay? Pangalawa, pag nag-drawing ka or nag-withdraw ka. Ang pangatlo, pag i-close mo yung income and summary or income expense summary account mo. Those are the three general transactions that affect the owner's capital account, no? Okay? Other than those, no? Other equity accounts na yun. Just like this, no? Recognition of revenue. Revenue, diniscuss na natin. Or income, tama? So, nung entry, debit cash, credit revenue. Okay? So, this is the fifth transaction that affects the cash, no? Title or account, no? So, basically, dito, after posting this transaction, magkano na ang balance ng cash mo? So that would be how much? 34.2 less 25 less 26. Yan yung balance ng cash mo. Now, so what does this imply? Pag pinagawa kayo ng trial balance as of that transaction, dapat balance yung accounting equation natin. So what's the purpose of the T account? Pag na-post mo na kasi yung transactions, no, with specific account to their respective T accounts, makukuha mo yung debit or credit balance nila, tama ba? At yun yung i-carry over mo sa trial balance natin. We call it unadjusted trial balance, no, because we have not we are yet to provide the entries for adjusting entries natin. Okay? Pag na-post mo na kasi yung adjusting entries at in-effect mo yun sa unadjusted, ang tawag natin is adjusted trial balance, no? So for now, unadjusted muna tayo, okay? Saka natin pag-aralan yung adjusting entries na yun, no? Medyo kasi mahirap yun, no? Okay, so at least for now, nakikita nyo yung relationship among the tools, no, or the elements na ginagamit natin dito sa pag-analyze ng accounting equation. We have the account, we have the T account, we have the journal, and we have the ledger. And basically, if we are to summarize these tools, no, na ginawa natin ng ginawa natin as our reference, no, as our guide, makikita mo yung result nito pag naggawa ka na ng trial balance. And it should be, no, the trial balance should be reconciled among these four tools, no? Dapat tugma lahat yan. Basically, kasi we have to stick to the rule na for every business transaction, no, the accounting equation must be balanced. It should always be balanced, no? Pag pinag-reconcile mo ng lima na yan, we have to start with the T account or the journal entry, T account, the ledger, and lastly, if we are to summarize the transactions that transpired, dapat balance yung trial balance mo. So, pag na-balance yung ba yung trial balance, does that mean tama lahat ng ginawa ko doon sa apat na tools as my guide in coming up with the trial balance? Depende. Okay? Kasi pwedeng balance yan, pero may mali ka. Okay? Paano magiging mali, sir? Paano kung yung sa unang transaction mo, ang amount dapat is 2.5, ang nilagay mo lang is 250. So, mali na yun. Although, balance pa rin, tama ba? Ang dinebit mo is 250, kinedit mo is 250. That is balance. Pero ang correct amount is 2.5 dapat. Tama? Do you understand? So, pag binerify mo yung trial balance mo, balance siya eh. Mali lang yung amount na binalanse mo. So, that could happen, no? Due to carelessness, no? Minsan kasi, yun ang problema eh. We are too excited to provide the journal entry for the transaction, and yet we have been careless all the time, no? Basta, nakita mo yung transaction, alam mo yung i-debit mo, yung i-credit mo, naging careless ka sa amount na i-debit or i-credit mo. Mali ka pa rin. Okay? Okay? Pag sinabi sa'yo, Magkano ang total cash balance? Ang sagot dapat is 1,000. Ang nakuha mo lang is 100. Mali ka na doon. Be careful, no? Be careful. My point is, as you analyze, as you post these transactions, as you provide the journal entries, careful lang lagi, no? Kala mo tama ka na, mali ka pala, okay? That's the one of the medyo masakit na result, no? Kasi babalikan, pag nagkamali ka sa isa, technically, babalikan mo lahat. Okay? Pag nagkamali sa isang transaction, kung 30 transactions yan, no? Nasa 16 transaction ka nagkamali. Saan ba? Although balance ka, sabi mong hindi ka balance, aputres na yan. Babalikan mo isa-isa yan. Okay? Babalikan mo isa-isa yan na mahirap sa trial balance. Pag na-balance mo naman, i-verify mo yung sagot mo, yun nga lang mali dun sa correct balance, no? Yun nga lang, ma-identify mo na dyan. Okay? Babalik ka lang sa amounts, no? Babalik ka lang sa amounts. But kung hindi balance talaga, may problema. Okay? So as much as possible for each transaction, maging careful, no? Be careful. Okay? Next tayo. Payment of expense in cash. Okay? Payment of expense in cash. May nagsabi dito, pag kulang daw, pwede daw deposit na lang namin sa account mo. Hindi pwede, okay? Hindi pwede. No? Ano ba pinagsasabi nito si Lizzie? Okay? Ano, deposit na hindi nagsasabi mo. Huwag mong okay, so, alam mo, kahit piso pa yan, no? You have to go back, no? Paano kung board exam yan? Sir, yung pinakamalapit na lang na sagot. Nakuha mo 29, no? Ang choices, 30, 55, 65, 475. Ang nakuha mo, 29. Yung pinakamalapit na lang na ba sagot ang kukunin mo? That's your problem, no? Okay, pwedeng nakakuha niyo yung what I'm trying to illustrate, no? Ang nakuha mong balance is 29. Ang nasa choices are 55, 60, 75, 80. 29 na nakuha mong balance. Ayaw mo nang bumalik. Anong gagawin mo? Yung malapit na lang sa 29, yung sagot mo? Of course, huwag mong gagawin yun, no? Pag board exam, no? Kasi mahirap. Mamamali ka. Okay? Babalikan mo talaga. Okay? So next tayo, what's the entry naman if you have incurred an expense, no? And binayaran mo siya in cash. Sensya na, sorry. Sisipon ako eh. Okay, sige. Anong entry natin? Pag nag-incur ka na expenses at pinayaran mo in cash, diba ang expense natin? Pag nag-increase ang expense, tama? Pag nag-increase ang expense natin, tama? I-debit, tama? Kasi same rule ang expenses natin pagdating sa debit and credit sa rule ng asset, tama ba? Pag nag-increase ang debit, or nag-increase ang asset, sorry, i-debit. Pag nag-decrease ang expense, i-credit. Nag-increase ang expense, debit natin, debit rent expense, credit cash. Okay? Nabawasan na naman ang cash natin, ipopost natin yung 1,000 na decrease na yun sa T account natin. Tama ba? Next tayo. Payment of expense in cash. Kanina, ang form ng expense natin is rent expense. Tama? Ngayon naman, nagbayad tayong salary. Okay, so anong entry natin for the payment of salary? Cash pa rin ha. Debit, salaries expense, credit, cash. Tama? Paano ito pag incurred an expense incurred rent expense for December amounting to 1,000. Incurred lang ang sinabi. Incurred. Anong entry natin pag incurred? Can someone provide or answer? O paano pag sinabi dito sa previous transaction natin, incurred a rent expense amounting to 1,000. Anong entry natin? Incurred. Yes, James.
Sir, ano po? Rent expense tapos po accounts payable. Ano ba? Sir?
Tama. Tama naman, pero medyo nagkamali ka lang dun sa payable. Kasi, tignan mo ha, if you're going to analyze, makikita mo na dyan kung anong specific na account ang gagamitin mo, tama? From the word rent, ang ganito kasi sinabi ko kanina eh. Gagamitin mo lang ang accounts payable pag bumili ka ng materials or supplies na gagamitin mo sa operation mo. Okay? Do you get my point? Or in account or on credit, tama? For those transactions na you cannot specifically or categorically use no a specific account for that. Okay? So kasi dito no dito nyo may apply no yung deeper analysis talaga no. Nakita mo ng rent no. So ang corresponding credit mo dapat should be rent payable. Do you get it? Na-gets ba? Kasi makikita mo sa transaction eh no. About ko salaries yan. O di salaries payable. Okay? Kasi mamamali ka talaga pag accounts payable ang sinabi mo. Although pwede mangyari yun kung ang policy ng company is sa lahat ng utang nila na hindi pa nabayaran, ang gagamitin lang na account is accounts payable. But if the problem specifically provided a payable for each specific transaction, you use that specific account. Just like for example, the rent, no? Or for salaries, no? Dito sa next natin. Salaries pag hindi pa binayaran to, ang entry natin is debit salaries expense, credit salaries payable. Pag babayaran na, tama? Debit salaries payable, credit cash. You get it? Nagets ba ng iba? Nagets ba yung sinabi ko kanina? Pero tama ka naman, sir, no? Assuming yung sinabi mo, brother James, na i-assume natin na ang policy ng company is for all the kautangan is accounts payable ang gagamitin. But if the question or the problem specifically provided the accounts to be used, use that account na. And hindi sasabihin sa'yo ng problem kung anong gagamitin mo. Manggagaling sa'yo sa analysis mo. Okay? So please be careful. Please be careful in the analysis. Okay? When recording and posting transaction. Oh, yeah. Okay. Transaction number 898. Provided consulting and rental services on credit. Provided means nag-render ka. Tama? ikaw ang nagbigay. Ikaw ang nag-deliver. So, kung ikaw ang nagbigay, you must have something in return. Tama ba? And that is in the form of revenue. Tama? So, on credit means hindi pa nababayaran. That's the accrual basis of accounting, no? Principle, no? Na-deliver mo na-earn mo na-render mo na yung service, although hindi mo pa nakokolekta yung cash, tama? What account to debit and what account to credit. Okay. As a general rule, just like pag on credit at on account natin at utang to, anong credit natin? Accounts payable. Tama? Pag tayo naman ang nag-provide na ang sinabi is on account or on credit, ang gagamitin natin kahit hindi sasabihin ng problem is accounts receivable. Yeah, get it? Nagets ba?
Yes po.
Ah? Okay. Next. Okay, so on credit means pag cash to, on cash, siyempre, ang ilalagay nyo dito instead of accounts receivable, gagamitin natin ang cash. Tama ba? Cash ang gagamitin natin. Nagets to? Itong entry na to?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige.
Yes, sir.
So for the consulting, we have consulting revenue. And for rental, we have rental revenue. Okay. Anong entry? Pag kinolect mo na itong accounts receivable. Collected the accounts receivable for this transaction. Anong entry? Debit cash. Kasi magko-collect ka, tama? Ano yung kinolect mo? Accounts receivable. Pag kinolect mo ba yung accounts receivable mo, mababawasan yung asset mo? Yung accounts receivable mo? Yes. So, i-credit mo yung accounts receivable mo. But the actual collection itself has a zero effect on the total assets. Tama? Kasi nag-increase yung cash mo, nag-decrease yung accounts receivable mo for the same amount. So, ang overall impact niya or overall effect niya sa asset natin is zero. Although some accounts did increase or the cash account increased and the accounts receivable decreased. Okay, yan, yung sinasabi natin. Okay. Dito sa transaction na to, tama? Amounting to 1.9 na accounts receivable natin. Tama ba? 1.9. Tama? So, what does transaction 9 provide? Okay. Receipt cash on account. Okay. Ano yung on account mo ba na receivable? Accounts receivable, tama ba? Kinolect mo daw, anong entry? Nag-collecta ka, naka-receive ka ng cash, magkano? 1.9. Accounts receivable, bumaba, magkano? 1.9. Okay? Kapag tinanong ko kayo, meron ba tong overall effect? Sa asset? Wala. Okay? So, another transaction, no? That has no effect, no? On equity, although nag-increase ang asset dito in the form of cash, and nag-decrease naman ang accounts receivable mo or accounts receivable mo for the same amount, no? So another effect or another transaction na although nag-increase ang isang asset account mo, walang effect ito sa equity pag ang transaction is receipt of cash or collection of receivables, no? Walang effect yun sa equity natin. Ito ba merong effect sa equity? Itong number 8 natin? Yes, kasi revenue is an equity account, tama ba? Pag nag-increase ang revenue, tama, mag-increase ang equity. Tama ba? Okay, ito kaya, may effect ito sa equity natin? Is a, is a is an expense account a equity account? Yes, no? Tama? May effect ba to sa equity natin? What actually is the effect? Mababawasan. For every incurrence of an expense, mababawasan, no? Mababawasan ang equity natin. Okay? For every revenue na ma-earn natin or income na ma-earn natin, madadagdagan ang equity natin. So basically, ang investment at ang revenue go together, no? It has the same effect when it comes to the equity as a general, as general, no? Ini-increase niya yung equity natin. And ang drawings or withdrawals and incurrence of expense go together, no? It has the same effect sa equity element natin, no? Bababa ang equity natin. Okay? We'll have more of that pagdating natin sa preparation of income statement. Partial payment of accounts payable. Magkano yung accounts payable natin kanina? Balikan natin yung transaction 4. Yung accounts payable natin kanina, tama? Purchase supplies on credit. Tama ba? Magkano? 7.1. Do you still remember? Okay. So, dito, meron tayong accounts payable na outstanding balance na 7.1. Tama ba? So, pagdating ng 10th transaction, nagbayad daw tayo partially. If you can actually see this, ito. Nakikita naman yung cursor ko, tama ba? Pag nakikita nyo to, meron tayong outstanding na 7.1. Ang sabi ng number 10 natin, partial payment of accounts payable. Yan pala, itong transaction pa lang naman na to, ang transaction natin na that give rise, no? Na meron tayong accounts payable, no? So, nagbayad daw tayo. Magkano binayaran natin? 900. Partial payment. So, debit accounts payable kasi nabawasan siya. Tama? Anong pinambayad mo? Cash. Sir, pwede bang pambayad ang supplies? Pwede ko bang ma-encounter? No. Pwede ko bang ma-encounter sa problem na walang ibang resources ang cash, walang cash ang company, pero in-accept ng supplier na ang ipambabayad ko instead is supplies. Pwede ba yun? Yes, depende sa problem. So in this case, no, partial payment of accounts payable in the form of supplies amounting to 900. So anong i-credit mo? Mababawasan yung supplies mo. Pinambayad mo. Pwede ba mangyari yun sa problem? Yes, pwede, no? That would depend between the agreement of the supplier and the company, no? So, kung supplies ang pinambayad, i-credit mo ang supplies. Same nature or same ang treatment natin sa cash payment. Okay? Pero, bihirang mangyari yun, no? Bihirang mangyari. Okay, so this transaction decreases, no, the outstanding balance of accounts payable from 7.1. Magkano na lang ang balance niya? 900. Tama ba? 900. Okay? Sorry, nag-decrease ng 900. So magkano na lang ang balance niya? 7.1 less 900, meron siyang credit balance na magkano? Kung magkano man yan, 6.2 ata? 6.2 ba? 6.2. Okay? Yan. Last transaction na ata ito eh. Dali lang. Okay. Na tayo matapos. Okay? Sakto, 12:30 matatapos tayo. Okay? Kaya pa ba? Yung iba, gutom na ata, no? Okay, so, okay, buhay pa naman, no? Buhay pa si brother. Okay, so, 6 transactions na lang and we're done. Okay? Naintindihan nyo naman so far yung ganun natin?
Yes po.
Itong putres na basic accounting na to. Okay? Naintindihan nyo naman? So far, no, I assume na kung wala kayong question na everything is okay, no? Okay pa tayo, no? Okay pa naman, no? So I hope na my way of explaining the concepts, no, really is really effective, no, para maintindihan nyo lalo yung mga concepts natin, okay? Itong mga dinidiscuss natin. Yan yung sinasabi ko, no? For every concept, there should at least be there must be a corresponding illustration for you to properly understand it, no? Ang mahirap talaga intindihin is the theory, no? Pag walang application ng theory, mahirapan kang i-comprehend, no? So pag na-i-apply mo kasi, no, at least somehow, no, meron ka man konting confusion dun sa theory na yun, no, mas clear ka or mas ma-comprehend mo pag in-apply mo, no? Okay, so next tayo, next. Si Justin Liz Hernandez, naintindihan mo naman. Justin Liz. Okay. Okay, sige. Next tayo, withdrawal. Yan. Okay, withdrawal is a equity account or is an equity transaction, no? Or does affect the equity element, no? Sabi ko nga, no, pag nag-invest, ang opposite niyan, pwede mag-withdraw, no? Baka nangailangan, no, emergency, no? The owner of the company na short siya ng cash personally, no? So he has to withdraw, no, a certain amount of 200 sa business niya kasi sa kanya naman yun, no? You as the accountant, wala, kung accountant ka ni fast forward, wala kang magagawa kung gusto mag-withdraw ni Chas Taylor, no, for personal use, no? Okay, na wala kang right, no, or wala kang how do you call this, no? Wala kang duty or right na lang, no, to refrain, no, from happening the withdrawal of the owner, no? Usually ang withdrawal natin in the form of cash to, okay? Pwede ba mag-withdraw ng equipment din or non-cash assets? Yes, no? Okay. Pag withdrawal, isa lang ang debit natin dyan, no? C. Taylor withdrawals or C. Taylor drawings. We can actually use the account of drawing in place of withdrawals. Depende na sa given sa problem, no? Pag sabi sa problem, drawings, gamitin nyo yun. C. Taylor drawings. Pag sinabi namang withdrawals, you can use the C. Taylor withdrawals, no? Kung ano yung mga codes or account titles na binigay sa problem, you use that. Sir, paano pag, halimbawa, withdrawals ang ginamit sa problem? Yang nalagay ko, drawings. Mali pa rin ako? Yes, mali ka. Okay? Kasi you must strictly, no, follow the instructions, no, being given sa problem natin, na. So pag nag-quiz kayo or nag-exam kayo na mali ang ginamit ng account title, although tama yung analysis nyo for debit and credit, pag mali yung ginamit nyo, katulad niyan, no, kanina accounts payable pero rent payable dapat, mali na yun. Okay? So pag nag-withdraw ka, no, so ang entry lang natin is debit withdrawals, no, or drawings, credit cash. E paano pag ang binidraw mo o nilabas mo is equipment? O di i-credit mo ang equipment, no? O yung asset, basta yung asset na nilabas or winidraw ng owner. Okay? Do you know now the entry for withdrawings or withdrawals? Okay, no. Saka na natin pag-usapan ang entries, no, for closing. May closing entry kasi ito, no? We need to close these accounts, no? Number 1 are drawings. Pangalawa are income transactions. We need to close this, no? Close. Yung pangatlo are expenses. These 3 items or transactions or accounts must be closed. Saan natin ko close? Sa owner's capital. Okay? Huwag muna nating intindihin yun, no? We will eventually proceed, no, or analyze that closing process pag pumunta tayo sa analysis or preparation of income statement. Okay? Receipt of cash for future services. What does this mean? Naka-receive ka ng cash in advance pero wala ka pang nare-render na service. Pero did I actually discuss this previously? Tama, no? Unearned revenue, tama? Na-discuss ko na to, no? This is a liability account. No? What if naman, sir? Naka-receive na ako in cash. Pero hindi ko pa na-deliver. Ayun, na-render yung service required of me. Do I still need to provide an entry for that receipt of cash? Yes, no? Pag hindi mo pa nare-render or na-deliver what is required of you, debit cash, credit, unearned consulting revenue. Okay? That unearned consulting revenue will actually appear, no, sa liability section natin or sa liability element natin. When you prepare the trial balance, no, pag hindi pa nire-render yan, itong specific transaction na to, this unearned consulting revenue would actually reflect sa liability natin. Sa revenue Hindi ba equity item? No. Kasi unearned siya. Ang magre-reflect lang sa equity natin is earned. Take note, So everything that is unearned is considered a liability. Everything that is unearned is considered as liability. Magiging equity account lang yan pag earned na. Let's take note na. Nagets ba? Okay. Sige, next. Payment of cash. Pay cash for future insurance coverage. So parang si Fast Forward paid 2.4 for insurance, no? Siguro pina-insure niya yung pwede siguro insure yung machinery, no? Baka may machinery siya or yung mismong location ng business niya, no? What if in case something happens, no? At least meron siyang re-receive in return, no? Yan yung purpose ng insurance, no? Pag walang nangyari and expired na yung insurance mo, wala. At least insurance is a protection, no? Yung parang nangyari kay Lloyd Cadena, tama ba? Meron siyang bahay, meron siyang sasakyan, no? Kumuha siya ng insurance, yung parang MRI na tayo, no? So, meron pa siyang unpaid dun sa bahay niya, meron pa siyang unpaid dun sa sasakyan niya. So, namatay siya, no? So, yung insurance na bahala magbabayad dun sa remaining obligations niya. That's the purpose of insurance, no? Yan. No? So, pag kayo nagwo-work na, kuha din kayo ng life insurance nyo. Okay? At least yun, no? Pag namatay kayo, may pakinabang yung pamilya nyo sa inyo. Okay? So, biro lang. No? Biro lang. So, get a life insurance, no? Say protection. Kasi, yung life insurance na yun na consists of investment, no? May investment ka. Meron ka ding life protection, no? Pag may mga accidents, pag may mga fortuitous events na may nangyari sa'yo, unexpected things, no? At least may marireceive ka in return. At yung insurance ang magbabayad sa'yo. Okay? Pag may extra money kayo, pag nagtrabaho na kayo, kumuha kayo ng life insurance. Okay? May insured ka na, no? May investment ka pa. So, this transaction, no, is a basic example of payment for insurance, no? So, nung entry natin, pag hindi mo pa ginagamit to, prepaid, no? Lahat ng hindi pa ginamit o lahat ng gagamitin mo pa lang, considered yun as prepaid. Parang yung load mo, tama ba? Nag-load ka, hindi mo pa ginamit, prepaid yan. Okay? Iba naman yung postpaid, tama ba? Nag-incur ka muna, saka mo palang babayaran. Tama ba? That is a usual or typical example of a postpaid service or a postpaid transaction. Okay? So, prepaid, binayad mo na, saka ka palang magbe-benefit or saka mo palang gagamitin. So, paano ang entry pag ginamit ko na to? Pag may nag-expire na dito, sir, kasi 1 year lang to eh. 2 years lang to eh. Tama? 24 months. Paano pag nagamit niyo in 12 months? Meron ba akong entry dito to recognize the expired premiums? I-take up natin yan sa adjusting entry. Okay? Adjusting entry yan papasok. Tama ba? Saka na muna tayo doon, no? Kasi iba sa inyo, for sure nagugutom na, no? Tapusin na natin ito. Okay? Okay. Usual example ulit. Purchase supplies for cash. Ayan, no? Sakit na yung pa ako. Okay, so sorry. Purchase supplies for cash. Ayan, alam nyo na, no? Purchase supplies on credit. Alam nyo na, unang entry, no? Punta naman utilities. Utilities include water, electricity, tama ba? Ano pa ba? Basta yung ginagamit nyo, no? In the operation of your business, no? Parang ganito siya, parang factory overhead siya, no? Overhead, yun din sa cost accounting nyo, no? Ma-take up nyo to. More on overhead ang tawag dito, overhead. No? So, pag nag-incur ka ng electricity, water, utilities ang category nun, ha? Ang classification natin. So, pag hindi pa bayad, anong entry natin? Debit utilities expense, credit utilities payable. Okay ba? Insurance natin, walang problema dito, ha? Ha? Ano pag bumili, wala na, no? Patapos na tayo. No? So, payment of expense in cash. Ang entry. Salaries expense, debit, credit, cash. Okay ba? Okay, now, so, this sa slide na to ends our agenda for today, no? We have actually explained, no, or I have illustrated to you the basics of debits and credits, no? The expense, the incurrence of expense, incurrence of payable, rendering of service, tama? Purchase of supplies, no? Payment of insurance, no? Okay? Payment of acquisition of equipment, ganun lang din. For cash, debit equipment, credit cash. Okay? So at least meron na kayong ganun, no? What do you call this, no? Initial, no? Initial uh, illustrations for the rules on debits and credits, no? So actually, we have taken up the accounts, no? Subsidiary ledgers, the journals, pero we have to discuss in detail pa ang journals na to and ledgers na to come our financial statement preparation. Kasi ang diniscuss pa lang natin ngayon are more on the rules on debits and credits. Okay, so sa Thursday, wala tayo, no? Wala tayo sa Thursday, no? But yeah, you will have your first graded quiz. Okay? Ang quiz nyo would be preparation of journal entry and T account for each account lang. Okay? So ganun lang muna, wala pang preparation of trial balance. We have to proceed or we proceed sa preparation of trial balance on next Monday. Okay? Yan na, magsisimula na. At least you know now the basics, no? Of the rules and debits and credit. I'll just post your assignment or first graded quiz sa Canvas natin and isasubmit nyo sa akin via or using an Excel file, no? Excel file siya. Meron naman kayo Excel, no? Excel, MS Excel. Excel. Isasend nyo sa akin, na? Naintindihan nyo? For the first tab, may tab yun, di ba? Yung Excel. I-provide me the journal entries for each transaction. Sa second tab, gagawa kayo ng T account for each transaction and you get the debit or credit balance after accounting or after accounting all the transactions given in the problem. Na-gets nyo? I will provide the instructions na lang for your guidance and reference, no? So yun lang ang gagawin nyo. Mag-provide kayo ng journal entry for each transaction and make a T account for each account. Or provide the T account for each account. And get the balance. Debit, credit, or zero balance. Okay? Ipopost ko bukas yung graded quiz nyo. After ko mag-discuss sa kabila. Okay ba? For now, isasend ko sa inyo to. Tama ba? For you to review and as your guide and reference, no, in doing your first graded quiz on Thursday. Okay, sa Thursday nyo pa gagawin. No? That would be available lang sa Thursday. Okay? And of course, no, we have a submission deadline. No? Ako na lang bahala. Baka hanggang Sabado pwede. Okay? For you to adjust, no, or for you to dun sa mga walang internet, baka walang, no, for the remote areas yung location nila, at least I can provide you the extension, no? Kasi mahirap naman sa inyo na hindi lahat ganun ka bilis yung internet, merong gadgets, no? Yung iba dito baka cellphone lang ang ginagamit, no? So I'll provide an extension for the submission, okay? So Thursday pa siya magiging available, no? And for now, no, isasend ko to sa inyo for your reference. Okay ba? Okay, so thank you. Thank you. Ang next meeting natin would be on Monday, preparation na ng trial balance. And of course, sunod-sunod na yan, no? Adjusting entries, lahat na. Okay, and we go to the merchandising. Yeah, okay, and everything na nasa syllabus na yan. Okay? So, the rest of the discussions would be more on the computation. Okay? So, thank you, and I hope na meron kayong natutunan sa akin today. No? And of course, no, mag-ingat lang, no, and we'll see each other again on Monday. Okay ba? Sige.
Sir, i-repost po ulit yung quiz, no? Yung mga para po sa mga hindi nakapag-take.
Ay, hindi ko nga alam eh kung paano to eh. Kasi two students did not take the quiz ata or have have failed to. Ewan ko, baka wala silang internet ha. I am assuming na.
Nawalan po kasi ng internet yung isa.
Kaya nga eh. Sige, I'll repost na lang, no?
Thank
But-
you po, sir.
But your incoming activity would be a graded quiz, no? Be graded quiz. I'll post the specific instructions for you to follow. Okay? Tama? Did you understand? Okay, sige. So for now, sige nga. Thank you. And mag-ingat na lang, ha? I'll post your graded quiz baka Wednesday or bukas. Okay? So, for now, let's call it a day. No? Thank you and mag-ingat lagi. Okay? Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Ingat din po. Salamat
Thank you
po.
po,
Love you,
sir.
sir. Bye po.
Thank you, sir. Love you, sir.
Love you.